Blanchfield versus Barber. Quick picks, quick predictions. You boys already know. We're back. We're back with another fight night. We're back after a little layoff of videos. My bad, boys. We had a week off of UFC. We're back this week, though. We got another Apex card, of course. You already know. Women's Apex main event. It's all good, though. We're going to break it down. The quick picks, the quick predictions. You boys already know. Let's get on into it. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's start it off with the early prelim opener of Rayen Dos Santos versus Alice Ardelin. Boys, this is some low freaking WMMA level here. We got 14-8. Rayen Dos Santos hasn't won in the UFC. And we got Alice Ardelin 9-7. 9-7. Ugh. Ew. How are we letting Alice Ardelin 9-7 to have a UFC contract? And we got Biggie Boy getting cut from the UFC. I don't get it. We're not going to get into that, man, but this shit crashes me out. This makes me crash out. This is how little amount of WMMA fighters they have, that they have to have Alice Ardelin signed at 9-7 in her MMA career. That is a disgusting record. Even 14-8 Rayen Dos Santos is disgusting. But we're not even going to get into it. Both these women have yet to win in the UFC, clearly. And it's very, very low level WMMA. Please do not put your hard-earned American dollars or Canadian dollars or European dollars, whatever money you are putting or betting on the UFC, please do not put it on this fight. Please just don't. Just save yourself. Don't put any money on this fight, all right, boys? But we're going to get into this quick breakdown. I mean, my quick picks, I don't have much. I haven't watched any tape on these women. I've watched them fight. I saw the fight with Dos Santos versus who was it? I think it's the only Indian fighter in the UFC. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. Recently, she got armbarred after getting a beautiful head kick. You know who I'm talking about. She had a very low-level fight with Dos Santos, and Dos Santos arguably could have won that fight. It was a really, really close split decision, but she looked really bad. She did look really bad. Low volume, not dangerous at all, but she is an okay striker. I guess you could say she's okay. And on the ground, she can defend herself. And Alice Ardelin herself has had some close fights, don't get me wrong. And I think the only reason she signed to the UFC is because she does have a following on social media. I don't know why. A lot of these women, they keep around in the UFC and WMMA because they have a following. If they're not a good fighter and they don't have a following, they don't have a contract. If they're a good fighter, they have a contract. If they have a following, they have a contract. And if they have both, then amazing. But, how many of those are there? But Alice Ardelin, she's had some close fights. She does bring a fight to her opponent, but I think she's going to lose this. I think she'll lose it by decision. I think this will be a very close split decision. Like I said, don't put your money on this. Please don't. Just don't, okay? There's a lot of fights on this card that you can put your money on. Just don't put it on this one, man. I'm going to go Rayen Dos Santos by split decisions. Very low-level fight here. We move on. Markel Medeiros. I spent way too much time on that fight, boys. Markel Medeiros versus Blanchfield. I got to speed this up. Markel Medeiros, honestly, pretty good striker. Not very dangerous. Doesn't have power in his hands, but he is a good striker, and he can defend himself on the ground. He just fought Austin Hubbard. It was a close fight, but he was landing the better shots on the feet for sure. He was outstriking Hubbard, but on the ground, he did struggle. He got taken down. He got his back held for a long time. I think Hubbard was on his back, so wasn't a great look for Medeiros, but he did win that fight by decision. It was split decision, very close fight. And Medeiros has really good jabs, very good teeps as well. Like, his striking is clean, it's crisp, but he doesn't have damage. He doesn't inflict a lot of damage, and he's not dangerous. Unlike Blanchfield, who's very dangerous. We've seen him finish a lot of people. He's got power in his hands, very nice striking, but he does have some bad defense. His defense is very questionable, and we just saw that against who was it, man? Where he got submitted. He got submitted by guillotine against the Scot. I forget his name right now, but he got submitted. Oh, Chris Duncan. He got subbed by. He was beating Chris Duncan everywhere. Beating him everywhere on the feet, outstriking him easy. But he put his head in the guillotine and he got subbed. He got put to sleep really, really brutally, man. And it's just because of Blanchfield's IQ, and that's what worries me in this fight. I think Medeiros' IQ is so much better than Blanchfield. Oki's more dangerous for sure, but the questionability of his defense and his IQ is why I think he may lose this. So I'm going to go Markel Medeiros by decision. I think this might actually go the distance, and I think if it goes the distance, Medeiros will win. I think Blanchfield's chance to win this fight is by finish. I don't think he's going to finish Medeiros. We move on, though. Kurt Holloway, Jordan Levitt. Another low-level lightweight fight. We got a low-level lightweight fight. I mean, just look at Jordan Levitt, man. Just look at this dude. I mean, no hate to Jordan Levitt, man, but he's a bit of a BJJ nerd. He's a bit of a grappling nerd. He wants to bring this fight to the ground. He wants to finish you on the ground. And Kurt Holloway, we saw, had some trouble in his last fight against, what was his name? Austin. It was the other Austin. Was it Austin? I'm not too sure. But Kurt Holloway had a very close fight in his last one. He outstruck the guy, but he did get taken out. He did get held on the ground for a long time, and he couldn't get back to his feet, man. And that does worry me in this fight, where Jordan Levitt is going to want to get it to the ground. And if he does get it to the ground, he'll have a better finishing capability than the last guy that Holloway fought. So Holloway's record as well is really, really bad. He's 38 years old. Jordan Levitt is 29. There's almost a 10-year age gap here. I do think Kurt Holloway will outstrike Jordan Levitt, but I think Levitt is going to be the better guy on the ground. And overall, I think he'll be able to outlast Holloway and win the minutes. So I'm going to go Jordan Levitt by decision. I think he'll just win the minutes. Holloway is good at defending the submission attempts and stuff, so I don't think Levitt will submit him or finish him. And Holloway is very tough, maybe a bit too tough for his own good, so I'm going to go Jordan Levitt by unanimous decision. We move on. Trevin Giles versus Andreas Gustafsson. Gustafsson making his debut. Trevin Giles coming in on short notice. Gustafsson was supposed to fight Jeremiah Wells. That was going to be interesting, but now we got Trevin Giles coming in on short notice, man. This dude's always coming in on short notice. I feel bad for Trevin Giles, and we're like, no, Giles, don't do this, man. Come on, get yourself a win. Get back in the win column. He just lost against Mike Malott. It was a very boring fight, don't get me wrong. It was close, tit for tat. Trevin Giles kind of just got poked at distance and just lost the decision. He just not much urgency, right? And I think Gustafsson's just kind of going to bully him here. I mean, Trevin Giles could win this fight, don't get me wrong. I think he could catch Andreas Gustafsson. Gustafsson's defense is iffy, but he's just a tank. This guy's just a unit. I think he's going to take Trevin Giles down. I think he's going to bully him on the ground. I haven't watched any tape really on Andreas Gustafsson. I saw his Dana White Contender Series fight. I saw some clips of it. Didn't know. I don't even remember how that fight finished, but he did win that fight. I think he did get a TKO if I remember properly, but his striking's not great. He's just really big. And I think at this catch weight here, I think Andreas Gustafsson's going to have the size advantage, the weight advantage, man, and I think he'll be able to inflict his size on Trevin Giles. So I'm just going to go Andreas Gustafsson by finish, man. I just don't trust Trevin Giles anymore, man. You got to stop taking these fights on short notice. He's fought so many dangerous guys. Respect to him, but this is going to be interesting. I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson, TKO, man, round 2. We move on. Ketlen Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. This is actually, if this thing will load, man, if the UFC app will load, absolute dog shit here we got. But Ketlen Vieira, Macy Chiasson, I guess I'm going to close it. This is an actual important fight. This is actually an important fight for wmma. This is actually an important fight for women's bantamweight, for the title. If Macy Chiasson wins this fight, she may get a title shot off of it. Ketlen Vieira obviously just lost to Kayla Harrison, but that fight's aged well. I mean, Kayla's about to fight for the belt, right? And Macy just beat, who did she beat again? Mayra Bueno Silva by the cut. I think she cut her on the face, and it ended by TKO, but she was losing that fight. So this one's close. I think Ketlen Vieira is a much bigger woman. It is a pick'em. I think it's a valuable pick'em. I mean, you can get value off of either which one of these women, whichever one you're siding with. But I'm going to side with Macy Chiasson. I know this is like, Vieira's bigger. For sure she's bigger, but I think Chiasson does have the better MMA skills. I think she does have the better skills on the ground, on the feet, and I think she'll be able to utilize her grappling as well against Vieira. Even though Vieira's bigger, she didn't do much in her fight against Kayla Harrison, just kind of let herself lose a decision. She's been out for a while. She didn't show any urgency in that fight. I don't think she'll show much urgency here, where Macy Chiasson is going to want to get those points, get those minutes, and she's going to want to try to win this fight as best she can. So I'm going to go Macy Chiasson. I haven't watched much tape on either woman, but I think Macy's just going to want it more, man. So I'm going to go Macy by decision. We move on, though. Hafel Son. Is it Hafel Son, man? Is that really his name, man? Hafel Son. Hafel versus Alan Nascimento, man. This is an interesting one. Nascimento's been out for a while, hasn't fought in a minute. Got that upset win over Carlos Hernandez, who just got cut. But Carlos is still decent, man. He did submit him in, I think it was round 2. He submitted him. He was on his back, got a nice rear naked choke. And Rafael is good as well. I mean, he's very good on the ground. He's kind of a finisher bust kind of fighter, though. And I don't know if he's going to be able to finish Alan Nascimento, who's very tough. He brought Tagir Ulanbekov to a split decision. He's fought some really tough comp at flyweight, and I think he's relatively big for the division. It's difficult for him to cut the weight. He's going to be bigger than Hafel. I think he's going to have the better BJJ. He is the rightful favorite, in my opinion, but he has been out for a while. He trains with the shoot the box guys. He trains with Charles Oliveira. You know I love the shoot the box guys. I love Charles Oliveira. So it's a bit of a biased pick, but I'm going to go Alan Nascimento. I think he is the better fighter. I think he is. I mean, Hafel is good. He is a good finisher, but I don't think he's going to finish Alan Nascimento. And I think that's the only way he wins this fight. I think Nascimento is going to win the minutes. I think he's going to be able to survive the submission threats from Hafel, because Alan Nascimento's got I think he's got a BJJ black belt now. He does have the BJJ black belt for sure, and he's good. He's good on the ground. I think he can defend himself. I'm gonna make it short, man. I'm picking Alan Nascimento by decision. I think it's gonna be a scrappy fight. I think this could be a very, very fun fight, honestly. But I think Nascimento will win the minutes and get a decision. We go Alan Nascimento by decision. We move on to the main card, man. Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. I hate Zachary Reese. I fucking hate Zachary Reese. No, I'm not even going to hide it. I'm not even going to hide it. I don't hide it anymore, man. Zachary Reese has disappointed me in a multitude of fights. A multitude of fights now, man. I mean, he struggled against Cody Brundage, got slammed, TKO'd by Cody Brundage as a massive favorite. And then obviously he fought, what was his name? The punching bag, the was it Venezuelan punching bag man? That guy just beat him up but couldn't finish him. And then he fights his last fight against what's his name? Bakoyev, and does the exact same shit he does against Cody Brundage and lays on bottom, trying to throw up submissions off of his back and gets TKO'd on the ground. Just disgusting. I can't trust Zachary Reese. This pick here is horrible to me, and I'm gonna go Dusko Todorovic genuinely because I just don't trust Zachary Reese. He is the better MMA fighter. He does have the better skills, but he makes stupid IQ decisions, really stupid decisions. And when he's off of his back, he just doesn't. He doesn't get back up. He doesn't get back. He lays on bottom position, and he expects to just get a submission off of his fucking back, man. So I don't trust him. I think Dusko's gonna finish him because Zachary Reese's chin has been just absolutely screwed recently, and I don't trust him at all. I just don't. Okay, he may be a biased pick, but I just don't trust Zachary Reese. I can't pick him. It's going to be really difficult for me to pick Zachary Reese ever again unless we see an amazing performance from him here, and I don't see that happening. I'm going to go Dusko by like goofy ass TKO, not even on the ground. I think it's going to be on the feet. Goofy TKO up against the fence, man. We move on though. This fight has been canceled. Unfortunately, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Oban Elliott has been canceled. I'm going to break this down really quickly. Not this fight, but there has been a rescheduling of stuff. Oban had to pull out because of visa issues. He was a massive favorite. I would have picked Oban. I really want to see Oban fight. He's a really fun fighter, but we got Ramiz Brahimaj. He's going to be fighting on this card still, but he'll be fighting against somebody up on the card we'll talk about in a second, but we'll just move on to the next fight. Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. This is a good matchup. This is a really good matchup, and I think it's a solid underdog pick here. Bruno Lopez is the underdog. Dustin Jacoby is a very good kickboxer. Just KO'd what's his name, man? The guy who got absolutely fraud checked by Lionheart, by Anthony Lionheart. But he got an absolutely nasty TKO in his last fight. Really nice win by Jacoby, and I bet you that's why he's the favorite. But I think it is a bit of an overlook on Bruno Lopez because Bruno Lopez had a really nice fight against Gadzi Yasulov or something in his last one. He played it really smart. His IQ is good. His power is good. He's only lost once in his MMA career. He did get TKO'd, but I trust Bruno Lopez. I think he's actually a solid prospect at light heavyweight. And I think he could make the rankings, honestly. So I'm going to go Bruno Lopez. I think Dustin's good, but he's getting up there in age. I think he's 37, 38 years old. Still a dangerous kickboxer, but I think he's nearing the end of his career. Bruno Lopez is on the surge. Obviously, with the undefeated fighters, you can question it, but Bruno Lopez has had a loss before. He got TKO'd. I think he lost to Brenson Ribeiro. He got KO'd by Brenson Ribeiro, Dana White Contender Series, I'm pretty sure. And he's seen a loss, right? And he's bounced back. He's gotten a few wins. He's gotten some nice finishes, and he can also go the distance. And I like that. I think Bruno Lopez is going to win this fight by decision over Dustin Jacoby, pushing him up against the fence. Jacoby's output is not very high, and I think Bruno Lopez is going to use that. He's going to clinch with him. He's going to try to drag him to the mat. He'll try to land some nice shots up against the fence. He'll play it very smart. I think Bruno Lopez is going to win this fight by having a better IQ and having a better game plan in this one. So I'm going to go Bruno Lopez by decision. We move on though. Billy Ray Goff versus I can't even say his name. We're gonna just forget about this. Billy Ray Goff here. If you guys can see, Billy Ray Goff is actually fighting Ramiz Brahimaj. This is a rescheduling. So I don't think he's injured. I don't think Sung Woo is having an issue. He might have a visa issue, but I'm pretty sure Sung Woo is having an issue like Oban. Both of them are having visa issues, so they're out and they're just rescheduling it to have Billy Ray Goff versus Ramiz Brahimaj. So it's a tough fight, tough pick here, but I'm going to go Billy Ray Goff, honestly. I trust Billy Ray Goff, man. He's tough, very tough dude. Kind of got robbed in his last one against Trey Waters. He's dangerous. He's a finisher. I think he can finish Ramiz Brahimaj, and I think it's going to be a fun scrap, honestly. I really want to see Oban fight, but I do like this matchup of Ray Goff versus Brahimaj. I think it's a good fight, and I think it will be a fun fight, honestly. Maybe a fight of the night if it makes it out of the first round. Brahimaj is kind of a finish or bust fighter, but so is Billy Ray Goff. So I like that. I think it's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to end in a finish, maybe in the first, most likely in the second. I'm calling second round TKO by Billy Ray Goff, man. I think it's a good fight. I think Billy's more dangerous on the feet. Brahimaj obviously has the submissions, but Billy is good on the ground. He can defend himself well. So I'm going to go Billy Ray Goff to get this one done in round 2 by TKO. We move on, though, to the co-main event. Now, this is an important fight. I like when we have important fights on Vegas cards, man, on Apexes. We don't have them too often, and it is better in front of a crowd, but this is a good fight. Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovit Klein. I've been back and forth with this fight. Early pick, I'm still gonna side with Gamrot, man. Okay, until I look at the tape, until I fully dissect this fight, I have to side with Gamrot. A lot of people are gonna hate on me for this because I see so many people picking Ludovit Klein, and don't get me wrong, he is very good, very talented. Could he be a top 15? Yes, I think he can, but can he be a top 10? Fighting Gamrot, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to beat Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot's wrestling is super high level. His striking has gotten so much better. People have questioned his chin, but he fought Dan Hooker and got dropped by Hooker. He's never been finished, never been TKO'd, at least in the UFC. I don't see Klein being the first one to do that, and I don't think Klein is going to be able to defend the non-stop pressure from Gamrot, the takedowns, the pressure, the pushing up against the cage, the trips, the slips, everything, man. I think Gamrot is just going to grind out a decision here. I don't think Klein is going to be able to damage Gamrot at any point and really, really hurt him. Could he catch Gamrot? For sure he could. Anything can happen. It's a fist fight. But I think Gamrot is the better wrestler for sure, without a doubt. The better wrestler, the better well-rounded fighter. And I think Klein is going to have to try to finish Gamrot. Gamrot's going to have the size advantage. He's going to have the grappling advantage. And I think his striking is actually underrated. I mean, he beat Arman Tsarukyan, arguably beat Dan Hooker. Really close fight there. And I think he's going to beat Ludovit Klein, man. So I'm going to go Mateusz Gamrot by decision. And I think after Gamrot beats Klein, we're going to see Gamrot versus Benoit Saint-Denis. There's some beef there. They've been talking shit online. I think it's a good fight to make. And I think he's going to beat Ludovit Klein. Don't get me wrong. I think Klein will get into the rankings eventually, but I think he should be fighting like a lower top 15 guy, man. So I'm going to go Gamrot by decision for the early pick. We move on to the main event, Erin Blanchfield versus Maycee Barber. It's actually not a bad fight, okay? It's not a bad fight, and I don't hate it as the main event of an Apex, right? If this was a fight night in like somewhere, some state in the U.S., it would be a little questionable, but not a bad fight, okay? It's not a bad Apex main fight, and it's a close one. I mean, Erin Blanchfield, really good grappler, really good wrestler. We've seen these girls have really close records, really close height, really close reach. Everything is really close between the two of them. Like this is kind of like I would say it was a pick'em if Erin Blanchfield wasn't just the better MMA fighter. I think she is the better MMA fighter, but both of them have the same height advantage, the same reach advantage, the same record basically. Like it's really close. Like when you look at it on paper. But when you look at skills, Erin Blanchfield is the better fighter. I mean, she's only lost to Manon Fiorot, who had the massive size advantage over her, the massive physicality advantage over her, and I don't see Maycee Barber having that. I can easily see a scenario where Erin Blanchfield is on top of Maycee Barber for minutes and minutes and minutes and gets, over 10 minutes of control time in this fight. I can easily see that being the case. I think Erin Blanchfield will win this fight by decision. Maycee Barber is good. She can defend herself on the ground. I don't think Erin Blanchfield will sub her, but I don't think Barber will have enough urgency to get back to her feet. Blanchfield is still young. She's a prospect. Even though she's lost to Fiorot, I can definitely see her getting that title shot in the future. I'm going to go Erin Blanchfield by decision, man, as the early pick. I think Barber's good, but I think Blanchfield does have that wrestling edge. I think she does have that grind and that urgency that you need to get this win against Maycee Barber, and I think she'll get it done, man. But that's the entire quick picks, quick predictions. You boys already know. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Drop your comments down below what you guys think about this card, and I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.